Hello and welcome back once again to my take. I'm Saddam Hussein here. We all heard, we enjoyed Ab Ki Baar Trump Sarkar, and now it has changed. Ab Ki Baar tariff war. After this, the American administration says Ab Ki Baar Modi war. Well, it's very funny. There is a war going on between Russia and Ukraine. There is a conflict between Putin and Zelensky. How Modi is responsible for this conflict, for this war? The Russian administration or the Trump administration is putting the entire blame, the entire responsibility is on Modi, and they call it this war between Russia and Ukraine, between Putin and Ukraine as Modi's war. We heard, we know that Trump has imposed 25% reciprocal tariff on all Indian goods and services exported to the United States of America. Not only that, the Trump administration has imposed heavy penalty on India by imposing another 25% tariffs as punishment, as penalty for importing Russian oil into India. The Americans or the American administration or a very good friend of Modi, Trump, believes that Russia is spending all the money which they collected from India by selling oil in the Ukraine war. That's why they call it as Modi war. It's very funny, it's very ironical. That's how American administration believes in it. This is a Modi war after tariff war. USA has problem if India is friendly with Russia. USA has problem if India is friendly with China. For that matter, USA can't stand if India is becoming popular in the world and India develops any kind of bilateral, trilateral and multilateral relationship with other countries. Well, recently, American President Donald Trump's trade advisor Peter Navarro made a very stupid and very funny statement. He said, if India stops buying oil from Russia right now, we are going to take away the 25% punitive or 25% penalty on Indian imports in the United States. They just want that these when India is importing oil from India, American administration believes that India is making huge profits with Russian oil as well as Russia, and Russia is using this money by selling oil to India to wage a war against Ukraine. Not only that, Peter Navarro has made another strong worded message to India. He said, India's arrogance has reached all limits, all heights. It said because Indians are not bowing down to the dictates of the American administration. He said because of Indians' arrogance, the Americans are punishing India by imposing 50% tariff on Indian imports in the United States. He not only called it as arrogance of Indian government, arrogance of the Indian people. Peter Navarro, the Trade Secretary of Donald Trump, further said that India is entirely responsible for the GDP of USA to come down and also responsible for unemployment in the United States. And maybe he go to the extent of saying that Indian government, Modi is responsible for all the evils in the United States. maybe all bad things in USA is happening because of Modi or because of the Indian government. Even the US Treasury Secretary Scott Bessant also puts the entire blame on Indian administration, Indian government, or on the Prime Minister Modi. He said India has complicated relationship with the United States, USA. Though there is a good rapport, good friendly relationship or friendship between Donald Trump, the President of the USA, and the Prime Minister of India, Modi. However, the consolation in the United States is that democratic lawmakers in the USA are very optimistic. They say it is not India's fault. There is a war between Russia and Ukraine. There is a war between Putin and Zelensky. India is not to blame for that. The democratic lawmakers in the USA says what Donald Trump doing, putting punitive tariffs or imposing 50% tariffs on Indian goods is not good. In the long run, it's going to spoil the relationship between India and the USA. It has nothing to do with India. It has nothing to do with the Ukraine. There is something else between India and Donald Trump. My take here is quite funny that there is a war between Russia and Ukraine and the third party, India, of the Prime Minister Modi. How is he responsible? How are we responsible for the war? For that matter, there is a conflict between Israel and Gaza, between so many other Arab countries. How India is responsible for this? There are other conflicts all over the world. India is not responsible for this. They're putting the blame or calling it as Modi war. It's quite funny. It's quite funny. The whole world should condemn it. The whole world should condemn it. Including, even in the USA, the democratic lawmakers are saying to Trump that China and many other countries are importing much more oil from Russia than in India. But Trump is not putting any tariffs on those countries. He's penalizing, he's putting the punishment or punitive taxes on India itself. Well, India is not scared of these tariffs. If not USA, we can always find the markets elsewhere in the world. India believes in destiny. India will not bow to any tariff war. That's all we have time for this. Till we meet next time. Goodbye. Keep smiling. Don't forget to share, subscribe and like our videos. Bye bye guys.